Hey guys, it's me, Nate again, and today I thought I'd talk to you about just kind of like my year at Towson, my first year at Towson. So, when I got to Towson, you get there a few days early to just kind of explore the campus and like really get to know your way around. And not too many of my friends went there, only like 10,000. I mean, no, not 10,000, only 10 people went there out of a school of around 22,000. Now, when you first are like thrust into a new place like that, it's easy to become disconnected, and I didn't want that, so I was quickly making friends without really even knowing what they like stood for and what they were like when they were like mad or something, because that can really make a difference. Um, and so yeah, it was pretty great. The first like month or so was pretty great. Um, in college, no one can tell you what to do. No one can police you really, like except if you do something like illegal. No one can really tell you what to do. No one can tell you not to eat waffles for dinner or like stay up until 3 a.m. partying. I don't party, but still. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Like I said, I don't party. Um, I don't really feel like that comfortable in parties. I always feel like kind of awkward, like when I go to parties, and so I just wouldn't party. I would like stay in my room watching like Netflix and stuff. And my roommate, he doesn't really party either. He parties a bit more than I do, but hey, who am I to judge? So then we're now like the October, November part. That's when I started getting like pretty homesick. Um, I started to like realize what all my friends were like really like on the inside, and I didn't really like most of them that much. So at that point I started losing friends. Um, but still chugging along. Um, Around finals week, some people like dared my roommate to come into me while I was showering, and like that isn't cool. Like no one should have to tell you that that's not cool. Like you should know that that's not cool. And so I asked for an apology from both of them, just kind of like, hey, that's my space. You guys need to respect that. And one of them apologized. My roommate apologized. One of them just would not apologize. She was like, it was my roommate's fault. Like, I just told him to do it. He didn't have to do it. And I was like, all right. So I'm only asking for like one small apology, and you're just not giving it to me. So winter break happened. That was fine. Towson's winter break is from December 19th to February 1st, so it's pretty long. Um, so we got back, and I didn't like school, like always. Oh, right before winter break, I felt like trapped in everything, and I think that was because, like at Towson, it's pretty windy, like all the time, and you would mostly stay in your room because it's cold outside, and especially me because my right hand gets cold, my right arm gets cold, and then like the fingers in my right hand stop moving quite as much, and so like the cold just it's not really fun for me. So I wanted to move to Maryland, like University of Maryland, because I had more friends there. Like the PT program, physical therapy program was better there. It just seemed like the right thing to do at the time. And so I started looking up like how to transfer, and I did my transfer um, application and everything. And I'll be hearing back from that shortly. Um, All right, so now we can move to second semester. So second semester started, it was fine. Um, I guess this semester wasn't really like that much of a problem like compared to the first semester I was in, mainly because I had already kind of like set out who my friends were, and I kind of like got my bearings with the campus and stuff. Because when you're in like a new area, like that can kind of like throw you off a little bit. And then so as the semester went on, I started gaining like one, two, three more friends here and there. Not all at once, like I did in the first semester. I gained like 5 friends all in like one time period. Um, I gained these like one here, one there, just kind of like talking to people and everything. And by this point in time, I had just kind of decided that, maybe my decision to move to UMD was just kind of like impulse related. I didn't have many friends at Towson at the time. I was actually losing friends. I was stuck indoors, and all of those things can really like stack up on one another. And so, I guess I wanted me to move. Um, what else? Oh yeah. Then when exams came by, I did my best to study like always, but I never stress too much for exams. One, because I just think that it's pointless and bad, and it doesn't really like stressing out for exams doesn't really, I guess, go with my morals. Like my morals are like, oh, everything should be fun, if not like the most extreme fun, but just a little bit fun. And if you're ever having a bad time doing something, you should stop doing that. So stressing out for exams equates to having a bad time. And so I just stopped doing that. And so what I would do for studying is study like in like a couple hours every night. And so that way, instead of just cramming at the end, just trying to cram for the exam, I would already have amassed some knowledge. And then so maybe I could study like 1 or 2 hours longer on the night before the exam, but still, then I would know it, feel great, longer, I think, if you do that, rather than just cramming it all in. And yeah, so what have we learned? We've learned that getting all your friends really fast, super fast, possibly isn't the best idea. Stressing can be avoided, like to some degree at least. If you want to go home at any point, I don't know if like you go to a college that is nowhere near your state, then I'm not sure how often you get to go home. But for me, I picked one that's in my state, and so I got to go home pretty much when I wanted to. So yeah, it was good. Overall, I would say that my first year at Towson University was a success. And yeah, I look forward to 3 more years there. See ya.